Greetings to all my students. So today we are going to take up the revision class for the poverty alleviation programs. Last class we had finished discussing the causes of poverty. Now today we will take up the different programs and measures that were taken up by the government to eradicate poverty. Before we take up the poverty alleviation program, we should keep in mind that these programs were designed had three main approaches. The first objective was to accelerate the rate of economic development. By accelerating the rate of economic development, it was designed that the benefits of economic development would be enjoyed by one and all in the economy, and the benefits would trickle down from the upper strata to the lower strata of the society, and thereby improving the economic condition of each individual and helping them to fulfill their basic minimum needs of existence. Number two, it also aimed at providing self-employment opportunities and income generating facilities so that people could generate their sources of livelihood and take care of their basic minimum needs of survival. Lastly, it aimed at ensuring the minimum basic needs of existence like housing facility, fooding facility, shelter, drinking water, sanitation, education, health facilities, so as to improve the standards of living of the people and make sure that the person could provide himself with all the basic requisites of life. Now we are going to take up the different poverty alleviation programs that were taken up by the government to tackle poverty in our country. The first one, Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana. It was launched in 1993. Number two, it was a self-employment program basically designed to encourage the development of small-scale and micro industries taken up in the 8th five-year plan. 2. Pradhan Mantri Gramoday Yojana. Number 1. This was launched in the year 2000-2001. Number 2. Basically focusing on the development of rural areas and villages. Number 3. It encouraged the development of health, primary education, drinking water, housing facilities, and the construction of rural roads. It aimed at improving the quality of life in the rural areas. Number 3, Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana. Number 1, it was launched in 1999. Number 2, it was a project sponsored by the center as well as the state in the ratio of 75 to 25%. The third objective was to create durable, productive community assets and wage employment opportunities for rural unemployed. It basically aimed at improving and creation of rural infrastructure like roads, rural electrification, encouraging primary sector activities and other non-farming activities so as to help the people, unemployed rural youth, to earn supplementary wage opportunities. Next program, number 4, National Social Assistance Program. This was started in 1995. It was a centrally sponsored program. Number 2, it was basically targeting the old age people, families whose primary bread earner had expired, and basically improving the poverty that was existence among the female section by providing them maternity care. A package of programs were integrated under the National Social Assistance Program. It was basically targeting the vulnerable group comprising of women, children, and elderly. The programs which were included in this were National Old Age Pension Scheme, National Maternity Benefit Scheme, and National Family Benefit Scheme. Next, Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. The magnitude of poverty and disparities that existed among the social group necessitated the launching of this program. Number 2, it basically aimed at benefiting and eradicating the poverty that was being faced by the SC/ST section and the women's. Keeping this in view, a positive aspect as well as the deficiencies, self-employment programs like TRISEM, Tribal Rural Youth for Self-Employment, Sitara, GKY, Gram Kalyan Yojana, IRDP, Integrated Rural Development Program, were merged into it. SGSY was launched in 1999. The basic aim of this program was to eradicate poverty that was prevalent among the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and particularly the women section of these communities. National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Under National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, it was basically aimed that at least one member of every rural household should be provided with employment. It was implemented under an act called NREGA, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. A program called Food for Work was also incorporated in it, in which the government provided to ensure 100 days of wage employment to at least one member of every rural household, the failing of which the government would ensure unemployment allowances for the given period of time. This was launched in National Food for Work program was launched in 1977, but it was later changed into National Rural Employment Guarantee Program in 2005. It was launched in almost 200 backward districts of the country. Integrated Rural Development Program. This program was launched in 1987. The main objective was to eradicate the poverty that was prevalent among small and marginal farmers, agricultural laborers, and rural artisans, particularly those below the poverty line. Jawahar Rozgar Yojana. Number 1, it was launched in 1989. Number 2, it was a center and state-sponsored program in the ratio of 80:20. It was number 3, basically targeting the unemployed and underemployment youths, and particularly men and women in rural areas. So these were the programs that were launched by the government in order to overcome poverty amongst the different sections of the society. The basic aim of this program had 3 approaches. Number 1, trickle-down approach. That means if there is an economic growth taking place, the benefits of economic growth would be reaped and enjoyed by all sections of the society. Number 2, to encourage income earning opportunities for the people so that they can have creation of assets and generate self-employment opportunities. And thirdly, as I have already explained, the poverty alleviation program aimed at providing basic amenities, because trickle-down effect, creation of development. Number 2, providing income generating opportunities would take little time to ensure that poverty is being reduced in the economy. Since these targets are time taking and cannot lead to immediate change or improvement in the poverty status, it was important to have some immediate action to eradicate poverty. Thus, the government, on the first and initiative level, tried to encourage the people to overcome their basic minimum needs by providing themselves with basic amenities like medical facilities, health facilities, education opportunities, sanitation facilities. Thus, these were the basic programs and their objectives to tackle poverty in the economy. Thank you. Please take care, do stay safe, and thoroughly revise the topics for your exams. Thank you.